All right, what's good, y'all? We're gonna change up how we do things on this channel. It was supposed to be a little, I guess, podcast type shit, smoking bullshit. I ain't got time for that now. I've been getting too many death threats and all types of dumb shit from Native Americans and mestizos, aka modern day Mexicans and the fucking Pan Africans. So since they want to play these games, since they want to keep trolling and all that shit, I'm just gonna bust y'all ass with information. If you got something to smoke, smoke it. But we about to get into it. I'm not playing no games with these dudes. I'm in Facebook jail again. I just got out last week and went right back in 3 days ago for some bullshit. But they gonna keep doing that to me. So I'm about to try to let me see if I can share this shit somewhere. Can I share this? Share. Let me see something. What can I share it to? What can I share that to? Alright, I just sent it to my dog. So he'll share it to everybody. Facebook. Back in Facebook Prism. Alright, let's get to it. I'm about to go ahead and start sharing my screen because we're gonna get into the Encyclopedia of American Indian Contributions. I'm clicking on it as if y'all can see it right now. I ain't start sharing my screen yet, but we about to get into that. We're gonna scroll through this, and we about to show people how almost everything that's in this encyclopedia, niggas do this shit. We've been doing this shit. We do this shit the best. Everybody else copy what the fuck we do. We're not about to keep playing with these people. Stop letting these people tell us, oh, y'all ain't got no culture. Nigga, we is the culture. So let's get into it. Like I said, how the fuck I share my screen? Y'all just don't know. Yeah, y'all just don't know, man. Y'all just don't know. Let's get into it, though. And my screen here. You're sharing your screen. All right, let's go. Now, yesterday, what I did was I made a little list of what I want to go over. I don't think I finished the list. So we're going to start with, I know exactly where I want to go with this. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and get to it right now. Because I don't want y'all to be sitting back waiting for something to be like, oh, nah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and stop playing with these motherfuckers. Let's stop. Let's start with rubber balls. Let me zoom in on this. And like I said, the name of this is, remember, page 43, the Encyclopedia of American Indian Contributions to the World. 15,000 years of inventions and innovations. So if it's 15,000 years of inventions and innovations, guess what that means off rip? The fucking Siberians, the Native Americans, that means this book ain't talking about them. The fuck? It says 15,000 years of innovation. If the Native Americans claiming they got here in 12,000 years with the Clovis furs across a land bridge, an ice bridge, and moccasins, if y'all got here 12,000 years before everybody, how is this 15,000 years? That's 3,000 years before you got here. All right. Since you claim you got here, I know how you really got here. You Chino slaves. That's how you got here through the Pacific slave trade. But yeah, that's the name of this book, man. Like I said, I'm irritated. I'm pissed off because y'all just don't know the half, man. And then trying to wake people up and people don't give a damn. And like I said, I'm putting my life on the line for this shit. And I'm not even doing it for myself, man. Let's get to it, man. Balls, rubber balls. Let's get into it. Basketballs, basically footballs, all that stuff. The Olmecs were the first people to produce and play with rubber balls, spherical objects that are widely used in many sports and games today. A rubber ball dated back to 1000 BC. Now, let me let y'all know, as far as these BC stuff go, I really don't know how to break down those dates to make it, the dates we use today. I guess I have to, I'm going to hit up one of the Aboriginal brothers and sisters and see if they can school me on it, because I never really tried to break down how many years back is 1,000. If it's 1000 BC, how many years back is that? So I guess I'll do that on my next slide. But yeah, dated back to 1000 BC, has been found in the Olmec site of Labenta. My bad, y'all. Rubber is made from the sap or latex of a tree indigenous to the area. Now, this is what a lot of people don't know, and I found this out a few months ago. I think it was Aboriginal Power that said it, and I started looking into it. So there's actually rubber trees down in, what we call Mexico and all that. They have rubber trees, and that's how they make tires and these rubber balls they used to make back then. And at one point, these people was called, if I'm not mistaken, the rubber people. If I'm not mistaken, that's because these trees, just walk with me, y'all. The Olmec, whose culture flourished from 1700 BC to 400 BC, were the first to manufacture objects made of rubber. They and later the Maya and Aztec made hollow and solid rubber balls that were used for playing team sport on huge ball courts. The Maya culture arose in about 1500 BC. The Aztec Empire was established in about 1100 AD. Rubber balls were so highly valued that the Codex Mendoza, an Aztec book of accounts, listing 16,000 rubber balls being paid by the coastal provinces to the Aztec emperor. Let me see something. One version of Mesoamerican basketball was played with, One version of Mesoamerican basketball, we about to get into it now, was played with a solid rubber ball that varied in size from 2 to 10 inches in diameter. This version could produce bodily damage without the protective gear worn by players. Even with padding, ball players were not immune from bruises and other injuries because in one version of the game, they could only use their shoulders, thighs, knees, head, and hips to hit the ball in order to get it through the hoop. All right, so check this. So I wish I had the picture. Do I have the picture? I don't have the picture on my laptop. I don't think. But it's a picture. I guess you could say a painting of the Mayans, Olmecs, or whatever you want to call them, the Mesoamerican culture. These people playing this game back in the day, and what it looked like. The picture looks like. I wish I could find this picture. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm live. I'm sharing my screen. Let's just pull it up too. I'm not on no time limit. I'm scalping. I'm scalping today. I'm scalping today. Mayan basketball. Mayan ball guy. And I see. And of course, they're going to show these fucking mestizos today. I hate when they do this crazy shit. But we're gonna debunk all these, how they try to paint these people today anyway. But yeah, this is what it looks like. That's the hoop. And that's the ball they was using to hit it with under their arms, elbows, shoulders, head, hips, and all that stuff. They couldn't use their hands. But it's basically, I guess you would say, soccer, volleyball, fucking basketball, all that in one. But let's really get into something right quick. Because let me go back to it. There you go. All right, so let's keep it a buck right quick. When it comes to basketball, football, baseball, hell, we can even go soccer, we can even go hockey, golf, it don't matter. Whenever a Negro, a nigger, a nogger, a color, a black, an African American, but who's really the American Aborigine, any sport we play, we the best at it. If these Mayans, Aztecs, Olmecs, Mesoamerican cultures created basketball, baseball, football, all these sports, the top three being baseball, football, and basketball right now in America. Why is the niggas the best at this shit? Why the fuck are mestizos is Native? Where the Native American athletes at? Huh? Anybody see a bunch of Native Americans in the NFL, in the NBA? In the MLB, we don't, right? Why is that? Because it's not them. Why you think the dark-skinned Dominicans, the real Dominicans, like Big Papi, why you think they're the best Why you think they're the best baseball players? Because they the original people. We the original people. Like, come on, man. Stop playing with us. But yeah, we the best. And if we was from Africa, you telling me so on this so-called slave trade, they took the best of the best out of Africa and nobody else could be good at shit. They can't rap. They can't dance. They can't get over here to. We got a few Africans over here in the league, but why it ain't most of them? So they took the best of the best, and the best of the best would just let some white people take them off their land. The best of the best. All right. But yeah, that was the rubber balls, basketball, football, all that. Now, what I was looking for, motherfucking barbecues. Let's get into these barbecues. Like I said, we gonna stop playing today. We gonna stop playing today. Let me look on my I don't know. Nobody probably ain't even tuned in. I really don't care because this information gonna get pushed out here anyway. Let me see who in the comments. Oh, my dog, someone in the building. What's up? I ain't know y'all was up here with me. Oh, let me show some love, man. What's good, y'all? Shout out to Zoe. What's good, broski? Tiffany. Power and love, sis. Power and love, sis. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, let me finish scalping. Let me finish scalping these motherfuckers, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, for real. Real shit. Let's get into barbecues. Before I even read this. Since our whole lives, we already been stereotyped, all this shit. The reason why I wanted to read this American Indian Encyclopedia today, because it feeds into the stereotypes. It feeds into the stereotypes. But with this, feeding into the stereotypes, it exposes who the fuck we really are. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm looking now. When I get to talk around people and they say, oh yeah, y'all like chicken, y'all like watermelon, this and that. We do. Yeah, that's American Indian culture. Yeah, we like all that shit. All that shit we like. Yeah, it's because that shit runs in our veins. That shit is in our DNA. But let's get to it. Barbecues. The term barbecue refers to an outdoor pit or grill for cooking meat over a fire. The word can also mean the method of cooking or a social gathering where food is cooked in this manner. The Maya, whose civilization arose in about 1500 BC in Mesoamerica, and the Aztec, whose empire was established in the same area beginning in about 1100 AD, were known to roast meat over an open fire on a framework of greenwood sticks. The Taino of the Caribbean, whom Columbus and his crew encountered, introduced barbecue to Europeans. Let me see. Early engravings by explorers show indigenous people from this area roasting meat on woven frames of green wood. Now, I don't even have to read all this because y'all already know what time it is. Now, I'm going to ask the same question. I'm pretty sure after I read everything, I'm going to ask the same exact question. How many Native Americans do you know that love to fucking barbecue? Who? The barbecue shit is us, bro. Let's stop playing. Cookouts, barbecue cookouts, it's the same thing, basically. Even though a cookout and a powwow and all that could be the same. But a gathering where you throw some shit on the grill and have a good time, that's nigga culture, dog. Yeah, you got these modern day Mexicans, they try to do that shit. Where do you think they got it from? And why the fuck the Native Americans don't do it? Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Yes, sir. There we go. Let's stop playing, bro. Barbershops. Like I said, we're going to feed into the stereotypes today because the stereotypes exposes who the fuck we really are. Barbershops. Long before contact with Europeans, the Aztec patronized barbershops, established in large, thriving urban centers. Stop. Let me run that back right quick because maybe y'all ain't catch that. Long before contact with Europeans, the Aztecs. I'm not even sharing my screen. Hold on, y'all. Ah, shit. Hold on. On my screen not sharing. Y'all can't see my screen? Fuck. Hold on, man. Share audio. Oh, can y'all hear me? Can y'all see my screen? Nah, that shit still ain't showing. What the fuck? Hold on. Is my screen showing? Fuck, and I was going in over here too. I want y'all to see what I'm reading. I really need y'all to see what the fuck I'm reading. Got it. Fuck. Bear with me, y'all. This ain't shit, but my second time on this motherfucker. But y'all can hear me though. Y'all just can't. When I was reading that shit, y'all didn't see what I was reading. Okay, gotcha. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio. Okay, let's try to share it a different way then. Window Chrome tab. Can I do it like that? Share audio. All right, tell me what y'all see now. Nope, it still ain't sharing. What the fuck? Who can I call right quick? Add the screen. Oh, my goofy ass. I had to add the screen to the. Alright, my bad, y'all. But now we in the game. Let's fuck. Alright. So let me exit full screen and then go back to this. And then zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. All right, y'all. Damn, nigga been going in this whole time too. But I want to scroll back up to the top right quick. What page was that? I think it was 47. I just want to show y'all the cover of the book, Encyclopedia of American Indian Contributions to the World. And like I said, it's 15,000 years of innovations. If they telling us the Native Americans got here 12,000 years ago, who was here the other 3,000 years to be these American Indians that contributed to the world? It's common sense at this point. And I'm not even talking to people in my chat. Y'all know what's up. I'm talking about the people that's new to this information. Like, all you got to do is use your brain. That's it. But let me go back to it. So I read about the rubber balls. I read about barbecues. And let's get to they brought basketball back up too. Okay, it's gonna go deeper into the basketball. Let's go. All right, barbershops. Like I said, we're gonna feed into the stereotypes today. Fuck it. People have been making the stereotypical jokes our whole lives. Nah, tell them to keep that shit going now. Don't stop now because the truth coming out. Nah, keep that racist shit going. Barbershops. Long before contact with Europeans, the Aztecs patronized barbershops, establishing large, thriving urban areas. Large, thriving urban areas. Urban. Who's always been considered the people in the urban areas? Like, we gonna keep playing these games, man? Like, we really gonna keep playing this game? Native Americans stay in the urban areas? Mestizos stay in urban areas, bro? Ancient Aztec barbers differed from the old world barbers, who were referred to as barber surgeons and who performed bloodletting and crude surgery. Okay. Instead, their work would more closely resemble that of present-day hairstyles. Aztec barbershops patrons either had their hair shaved or had their hair trimmed or washed in these establishments. But that ain't shit but a goddamn barbershop with a fucking salon in it, and they talking about these hairstyles and mohawks and all these designs, all these cornrows. We get locks. We got the most versatile hair in the world. The most versatile hair in the world. They're not talking about no mestizos, and they're not talking about no Native Americans. Them straight hair people can't do much with their hair, but lay it down or stick it up and put some gel on it for it to stick. Stop playing. We know who these people talking about. They already said thriving urban centers. So who else is they talking about? All right. Y'all still with me, man? Exactly. So urban means hood. Let me check back in real quick. Hold on. I'm just making sure everything good. All right, y'all. But and there's a lot more in this book I want to touch on, but I'm really just trying to hit the stuff that's gonna make people look like, okay, nigga, they clearly talking about us. Because it's right there. All right, so basketball. I know I touched on it a little bit when I was talking about the rubber ball. Basketball, a team sport in which points. Let me blow this up a little bit more so y'all can read it with me. And y'all can screenshot if y'all want to. And like I be telling my people I be talking to lately about this stuff, whenever I be talking about this stuff, informing people, I'm not telling you to believe shit I say. I'll be telling people that, hey, Go do your own research so you can see the shit for yourself. You got it, because when I first caught wind in this shit, I just had to see it for myself. And once I started seeing it for myself, I'm like, right on. But basketball, team sport in which points are scored by throwing a rubber ball through a hoop. It's an all-American game that most people believe was invented about 100 years ago. See, they try to tell us that, what's his name? God damn it. Neesmith, I think, the white man. Another white man. They try to make like white people created every fucking thing. These people don't even know how to wipe their own ass yet. Still. So they try to say, yeah, he created it with a peach basket and this and that. Nah. This shit been invented. Let's keep reading. So we believed it was invented about 100 years ago. In truth, it was played by American Indians about 3,000 years ago. The Olmec, who lived in what is now southern Mexico and Central America from about 1700 BC to 400 BC, originated the game because latex producing trees grew in the area and they had developed the technology to create balls made from rubber. That's what I said earlier. They got these rubber trees, man, and they make tires, and we was making all that stuff. As I said, at one point, they was called the rubber people. These rubber trees are naturally, I'm pretty sure the rubber from the trees are naturally, the sap and all that shit is naturally purple black looking type shit. Ain't no Native Americans, no mestizos, purple black. They don't have melanin. If they do got melanin, it's because they probably got a melanated relative that they not gonna talk about. Cause they part of the fucking this fake ass white supremacy too. But fuck them. Let's get back to it. Like I say, they got me pissed. I've been getting death threats like a motherfucker, and I've been telling certain people that shit. Certain people that's not hip to this information, like, yo, I'll get death threats behind this, and people just look at me like, oh, okay, well, whatever, man. Because this game is the first one known to have used a rubber ball, many anthropologists consider it to be the forerunner of all modern games that use bouncing balls, including basketball, soccer, and football. Let's start right there. I don't need to read more. If y'all want me to read more, I can, but y'all not slow. Once again, we're going to talk about this. So, bro, it's like, and I'm like at the point, bro, if people still want to think they're African, what does being African do for you when you over here in America and these people not doing shit for you? If Africans are coming over here and thriving, you telling me these people supposed to be poor? All these countries over here that these foreigners coming from supposed to be third world countries, right? But these people come over here, and as soon as they get here, they opening up shops. They got stores and shit, and all this shit is opening up in the hood. So one, how you got the credit for one to open this shit, and two, how you got the credit and the down payment for this fucking business loan, for this building you about to purchase? Come on, man, is you know what's up? Yeah, you already know what's up. But yeah, niggas is, I don't know. But like I said, once again, who are the best basketball players to this day? And how many Native Americans do you know that's in the NBA? Since these people claiming to descend from these Olmecs, Mayans, and Aztecs, why y'all ain't in the league today in high numbers? Mexicans too. Why y'all in the league? Why y'all ain't in the NBA in high numbers today? Y'all not even highly in college sports like that. Stop playing, man. All right, let's see. And I just wanted to get into this right quick. What I'm gonna do is I got something else somebody to get into. Some shit I touched on my Snapchat yesterday, but I really want to get more into it because I gotta rush and talk on Snap because you got a time limit on your post. Let me see what else I can get into real quick. I mean, we could get into carpentry too. Like, let's keep it real. A lot of so-called African Americans are carpenters and all that shit. They know how to build shit. They know how to cut wood. Man, stop playing. We're not about to do this. I didn't want to stay on this because I'm actually gonna touch back. I'm gonna come back to this encyclopedia a few times because there's a lot of gems in here. I still ain't finished reading all the way through it. But it's a lot of gems in it. And like I said, whenever y'all reading through certain shit, of course they gonna show these fucking mongoloids, man. But like I just kept asking, okay, so if these mongoloids are the American Indians, then where's their presence in these sports? Where's their presence with these barbecues? Where's their presence with these barbershops in these urban areas? All right. There's something else I want to talk about that's going to expose them. Oh, I know it's that. I know exactly where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Adobe. 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 Where it start at? And I'm not gonna read all of it. I'm just gonna read a little bit just to make my point right quick. All right, so adobe, a mixture of clay and water called adobe, was one of the primary building materials used by American Indians of pre-Inca Peru. See also Peru. Okay. Mesoamerica and the North American southwest of what is now the United States. Apply wet as plaster. Apply wet as plaster or mortar, or mixed with plant fiber and dried into bricks. Adobe enabled builders to construct vast apartment complexes referred to as pueblos by the Spaniards throughout these regions. So dig this. So it's telling you that these American Indians were great with adobe, which was bricks, and that's because these people were mound builders, pyramid builders, which are also known as brick masons, which are now known today as the Masons. You got to dodge the hijack because you got the Freemasons, and from what I understand, the Freemasons and the Masons that we see in the hood, there's two different things. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Freemasons, that's that real life corrupt shit. Just like the Illuminati. Illuminati was once good. They corrupted that shit. Just like the number 13. The number 13 was once very sacred. They try to place it with bad luck now. Hell nah. I love that number 13 now. I use that shit in my workouts all the time. That's what I do. If I don't do 10, I don't do 12, I do 13 reps of everything I do. So yeah, so these people were great. They were brick masons, the mound builders, all that shit. They were great builders. So I went to this just to say this: if these people were great mound builders and all this other stuff, as far as building shit, why do these Native Americans glorify motherfucking TPs? If you descended from the greatest builders in the world, why the fuck is you glorifying TPs? Let's see if anybody hop back in. Okay. I still got one. That probably is Zoe. Either Zoe or Tiff. One of y'all watching. Appreciate it or whoever it is. But why would these people, like I said, why would these people glorify TPs so much if you descended from the mound builders? And the mound builders and brick masons and all that links together, then where the fuck is all these Native American and mestizo masons today? Because in order to really be a mason, nigga, that's bloodline. And Chief Janice put me on that, and I went and looked that up. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, nigga, you got to be born into that shit. So why so many niggas is masons? And why you Native Americans glorify teepees if you niggas built the fucking pyramids over there? If y'all built the mounds over there, y'all the mound builders, but y'all glorify teepees, my nigga. And it was another word. I mean, it was something else they had here, apartment complexes. Like I said, we gonna feed off the stereotypes today. Like, it is what it is. If this the way we gotta get it up. We gotta feed onto the stereotypes to make people say, like, look, they're telling you right here who you is. They literally feeding into the stereotypes that they've been saying this whole time. Don't ignore it now. Lean into that shit. That's what we gonna do right here. We about to lean into all them stereotypes, all that racist shit they've been saying. Yes, sir, it's backfiring. All that shit backfired on their ass. It all backfired on them. It don't matter what, from them calling us nigger, which I'm gonna get into that soon too. All that shit backfired on their ass. Everything they tried to do to us, everything they tried to reclassify us as, they did a horrible job at covering this shit up. Now, let's go to apartment complexes. Like I said, we feeding into the motherfucking stereotypes today. Indigenous people from tribes in both North America and Mesoamerica lived in groupings of multiple family dwellings that contained living quarters for families, as well as areas shared in common with other families. What is this? Although multiple family dwellings were built by other cultures, American Indians constructed some of the largest and most impressive in the world. The residents of the first urban center in the New World built by the oldest such major complexes in the Americas, the city of Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably not, but it is what it is. Which was located in what is now central Mexico on the site of Mexico City. I'm not going to keep reading that. Keywords. You got to pay attention to the keywords. The residents of the first urban center. Urban, bro. Urban. Whenever you hear that word urban, who is they talking about? That word urban has only applied to one group of people. Only one group of people, and the people that's classified as black and African American. It ain't applied to no motherfucking Africans, no real Africans. It ain't applied to them. It ain't never applied to no goddamn Jamaicans. Even though we all the same people, but at the same time, a lot of them start to show their true colors, and I'm not liking that shit either. It don't apply to no Jamaicans, no Haitians. That urban shit has always applied to the American Negroes in North America. Always have. So where the fuck are these Native Americans talking about this is them, man? These people don't consider themselves urban, and they ain't in no fucking urban areas. They're not in the hood. Where these people at? Because if you're going to claim to be this, you need to bring your ass to the hood and be on the bullshit that we be on. You need to come down here in these fucking urban areas. If you're going to claim you're the American Indian, you're going to come down here to these urban areas, and you're going to go through our struggle with us. If you're going to claim that shit, claim it all the way. Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. Shout out to Paul Mooney for that shit. And like I said, we're going to lean into these stereotype apartment complexes. Who y'all ever talking about, well, I can't wait till I graduate, get out my mama's house and get my apartment. Oh, my apartment. Oh, shit, I got this apartment, this and that, posting apartment keys. Who does that? We do. The niggas, the Nagas, the African American. We the only ones who love apartments. Why? Because that shit is in our DNA, man. It's in us. In the first urban center. It's us, man. Like it's literally us, man. I just make sure ain't nobody else type in the chat. But yeah, man, apartment complexes like it is right here. But like my boy Zoe said, like it's crazy that I got to go through this much to show people the truth. And it's like people getting mad because I'm saying, yo, we were no weak ass slaves. Stop disrespecting your ancestors. And motherfuckers like, yeah, man, I was a slave. My people were slaves. They definitely came across a boat. But where the fuck is the slave ships at? And then once you try to dance around the slave ship question, use common sense and say, well, damn, if they telling me these people was packed like sardines, 200 to 300, and they came straight across the Atlantic Ocean for 6 months, how did they survive that? And you got most people say, well, half of them died. Well, if half died, from what? They got sick, so the other half ain't get sick. The crew members ain't get sick. And these Europeans that was supposedly bringing over smallpox and shit ain't get these slaves sick and die too? I say I get to talk about this shit. Maybe sometime I just use too much common sense because that's what I base my research on. Common sense. Yeah, I look up stuff, I read a lot of stuff, but I use common sense when I'm reading. And that's why I know we ain't come from no fucking Africa. This shit ain't rocket science, man. We don't, man, stop, man. It is, and I get so emotional about this shit because one, I'm just not coming into this information when I've been Black Lives Matter my whole goddamn life. And then two, bro, I got too many children to be out here letting them learn some more bullshit. I have an obligation to learn, to continue learning this shit so I can pass it on to my kids so they'll be all right. I can give a fuck about what the next grown person want to do. If you grown and you still want to be African, we showing you the proof you're not African, nigga, that's on you. I don't have time to save you. We got a generation of children behind us that need this shit. And y'all want to sit around and bullshit, oh, I got money, I got cars. And what fucking land do you have? What resources do you have? What knowledge do you have to pass down to your children? Who's your fourth great grandma? That shit is important. You can flash money all day. You can show off your chains all day. I don't give a fuck about your shoes. So what, you got a damn 2025 Tesla? I don't give a fuck. What knowledge are you going to pass down? What truth are you going to tell your kids, your children? You finally gonna tell your children the truth about Santa Claus and all that bullshit? Jesus, bro, this shit is not no game. Y'all sitting here bullshitting, nigga. We at war spiritually, mentally, and physically, but mostly spiritually, and we don't even know it. These people fucking us up, and we don't even know it. Well, we know now, but people want to ignore it. Let me get back to it, man, because I ain't want to run nobody off. Like I said, I get emotional about it, but at least I'm talking some real shit. I ain't out here talking about emotion. I ain't out here emotional talking about how I'm gonna kill the next melanated man. I tell you that much. So I'll be whatever, man. Shit. What else can we? I mean, what's that? Well, I'll be damned. I didn't. South American Indian culture. Huh? Now, this is so new to me. The census. I didn't know this was. I probably scrolled right past this. In order to be able to manage their work tax system, the Inca, whose empire was established in what is now Peru, needed to know their exact population. So the American Indians created the census, but white people claim they created it. And Native Americans go along with that, saying the white person created it. And so does mestizos, Mexicans. But here in this American Indian Encyclopedia, it's saying the American Indians created the census. This is a contribution to the world. They gave this to the world. It be shit like that that the Native Americans don't know shit about, but they claiming it. And then when I read stuff like this and I go ask a Native American, hey, did y'all know y'all created the census? They be like, man, that's the white man's. And it pisses me off because I'm just looking at y'all like, well, y'all some fucking frauds, dog. All right. But that's new to me. That's what I say, but I'm learning shit every day. I skipped past that because I read about Swingon. All right. So we good on that right now. I just wanted to get started with that. Now, I'm gonna do what I did on my Snap yesterday. Stop sharing this on screen. How do I screen share the whole entire screen, not just something specific? I said, bear with me, y'all. I'm new to this shit. Share screen. And ground share. Is you gonna do it? I'm looking at my phone, see if it's gonna start sharing. I keep forgetting I gotta add this shit to the screen. All right, there we go. All right, let's start. Make sure it's popping up on the live. I'm looking at my phone to make sure. Okay, bet. Let's get into. Let's touch back on this slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade from Africa to America. Let's touch back on this. Now, for one, you got to pay attention to how many times this African slave trade story has changed in our lifetime. From what I remember in school, they told us that 12.5 million was kidnapped. Most of them was brought to Charleston, South Carolina, over 40%. The southern states, South Carolina being one, was the worst states of slavery, how they used to do our people, this and that. But as time goes on, you start getting into the research and you start actually trying to research more on the transatlantic slave trade. You see they keep changing it because now it went from 12.5 million, I think it went to 10 million at one point. And then it went from 10 million at one point to like maybe 6 million. And then it went from 6 million to like, I think 500,000. So they keep changing the narrative behind this shit. With that being said, they tell us it was 400 years of slavery. Well, if you do the math, in order for it to be 400 years, that would have to be if it ended in 1865. So that means from 1492 to 1892 would have been 400 years. But dig this. They got historical markers all over this motherfucker. One in Virginia saying, I think it's Virginia, saying the first African slaves landed in 1609. 1619, 1609, 1619, 1609. Either way, that's way off from 1492. And if it's from the 1600s to 1865, nigga, that ain't 400 years. That's 200 years. But you know what it is? 400 years. If we gonna be technical, 1619. So 1619 to 1719, that's 100. 1719, 1819, that's 200. 1819, 1919, that's 300. 1919 to 2019 is what? That's 400 years. Guess who's still in slavery right now? Everybody with a goddamn job. That's slavery. That's why when they say 400 years of slavery, oh, they meant that shit. Yeah, we still in slavery right now. Everybody's a slave if you got a job. If you working under somebody. But yeah, let's get to it. So these are the European wars. And we're going to feed into their narrative of the first Europeans were pale-faced people. Everybody who's already hip to this information already know this whole goddamn earth was populated with melanated people first. The first Asians, the first Japanese, the first goddamn Koreans, the first Chinese, the first Europeans, the first Scottish, the first Dutch, the first Hawaiians, the first Pacific Islands, the first motherfucking shit, the first Siberians, the first Russians, the goddamn first what's the name? Samoans, the first Mexicans, which they still there, and all these people are still there and still very much melanated. And I don't give a fuck if they in the mountains. Ain't no goddamn cold weather take away your pigment. We gonna stop that BS too. So the whole world was populated with melanated people first, including these Europeans. But we're gonna go off this year. We're gonna go off what they told us and say, hey, these Europeans are pale-faced people. Let me check back in real quick. Go. So I'm just gonna go over this stuff. I'm gonna skim over it. I just want y'all to just walk with me, man. That's all we're doing. We just walking. We walking. I got enough time, man. If y'all gonna chill here with me, fuck it. We're gonna thug it out together. So 1455, 1485, the War of Roses. 1546 to 1555. Hold on, let's run it back. Called it the Schmaldet Wars. And that was in 1546 to 1555. You got the French Wars of Religion, 1562 to 1598. Spanish Wars, Spanish Religious Wars, 1566, 1648, and is known as the Dutch Revolt. You got the 30 Years' War from 1618 to 1648. English War, 1642, 1649. Louis, whatever his name is, 1643, 1715. Yo, I done been out of school and math class so long, I don't remember these fucking Roman numerals, bro. So don't, you can laugh all you want, I don't give a damn. War League of Augsburg, 1689, 1697. War of Spanish Succession, 1782, 1713. War of Austrian Succession, 1740, 1790. And so on and so forth. I'm just showing y'all this. These are the wars in Europe. These are the wars in Europe. And I want to stop to where they say the slave trade stopped. 1870. Let's say that's you got that. Wars of Italian Unification, 1870. Okay, there we go. All right. Now I showed y'all this just to get to this point. So if these people, the Dutch, the Spanish, the goddamn English, the French, the Schematics, all these people are at war with each other this whole time from 1400 all the way down to goddamn World War II. Over there raging war on each other. So these people raging war on each other. And in between these wars, they building up boats. They building up ships. They building up sailboats. Let's keep it a buck. Ain't no fucking slave ship. They're wooden sailboats. These people are building up wooden sailboats in the middle of wars with each other. And they building these boats and then they taking these boats together while they at war, taking these boats to Africa together to kidnap millions of Africans. And then taking these Africans while they still at war with each other. Taking these Africans from Africa to the Americas across the motherfucking Atlantic Ocean. The ocean that a plane can't even fly straight across without disappearing. A plane that people in the Navy will straight up tell you, boy, you can't go straight across the ocean. You have to island hop. You got to hug the coast. You go out there in the middle of the ocean, you dead. You going to Africa? You coming from Africa to America and back? Then why don't they have cruises in that same route to show us? Because, I mean, if I was still believing that, shit, hey, I want to take this cruise. Show me how you did it. Let me feel this shit. They can't do it because you can't go straight across the Atlantic Ocean. But these people come in, you tell me they bringing these slaves to America while they at war. So you warn with each other. You building sailboats to go. So you building sailboats to go to Africa. Then once you go to get to Africa, you're kidnapping people from Africa and bringing them to America. But you're still beefing with each other. You're still going to war with each other all at the same time, right? And then once you get over here to the Americas, then you fighting off the so-called Indians, the so-called Native Americans. So damn, you fighting off the Native Americans, you enslaving people, and you going to war with each other all at the same goddamn time. And you making thousands of trips back and forth to Africa. If people still sleep at this point, if that ain't clicking people's head like, hold up, I don't know what else to do. But I do know what else to do because I'm going to keep going. I just want y'all to sit on that right quick. Remember, they at war. All these wars, these are European wars. From 1450 to 1950, all the way up to World War II. This is European wars. This is wars they was fighting in Europe. Look at the times. The same time they were supposed to be enslaving us. How you going to war with each other, then coming together at the same time to help enslave us, to take people from Africa? How? Come on, man. This shit getting embarrassing at this point, man. Because it's like these people, they just you give people, y'all give white people too much power over y'all. I can't do it. Hell nah. Niggas ain't supreme to shit. I don't give a fuck who you is. You be the president, you can be a fucking police. I don't give a fuck who you is. You ain't supreme to shit over here. I'll bust your ass. What the fuck niggas talking about? But yeah, all right, so that's the European wars. Now I want to get into the mainland, the Americas, because we about to go ahead and bunk all this shit now. So, let me go back to these. All right, so dig this. This way shit gets, and that's why I say they put the shit right in our faces. They put shit in our face for niggas to see it, but it's shit. And they put it right in our face because they think that's gonna that covers their karma that's coming back for them. That's what they think. So they put the shit in our face to say, hey, well, no, we told you a long time ago. So nah. So how many Native Americans died because of the Pilgrims? Now I pulled this screen up to show y'all this. And I'm gonna read this up over here. The Pilgrims were undoubtedly the biggest threat to Native Americans. Native Americans had been living on the land that we now call the United States for an estimated 12,000 years before British settlers arrived. But archaeologists have found evidence of inhabitants from as long as 60,000 years ago. While it's unclear as to the lineage of these people, their existence is mere proof that there were thriving civilizations on the continent long before the Pilgrims arrived. So if the Native Americans, if these Mongols, these Monmons, like somebody on Instagram said, these Monmons, these Siberians, if they claim they came here 12,000 years ago, but you got archaeologists saying they found evidence, which I know the evidence they talking about, because I've seen that too. People here 60,000 years ago. Why is this not being talked about? Why is this not being pushed? We know why, but why? Why they sitting silent on this? If they so sure that these Native Americans are the first Americans, they just took that shit and ran with it. They made that shit up and ran with it and gave it to us, and we played into that shit. So they ain't had the damn. All they had to do was shut the fuck up about everything else. But if it was people 60,000 years ago, then that debunks the whole Native Americans being the first Americans. Bro, it's right here. It's not me, it's the internet telling you. We love the internet. Here it is. Now let me get back to, like I said, it's they tell us this whole African slave trade story. It all these lies, the out of Africa theory plays into this whole cover up. The whole out of Africa theory is the focal point of this cover up. As long as we get these niggas to believe that everybody came from Africa at one point, life started in Africa, they'd be okay with being Africans. Nah, my nigga, if I was really African, I wouldn't give a fuck. But you lying to us. You stealing our shit, and we on your ass for that. So, along with this whole Native American pilgrim, Atlantic slave trade, all this stuff. So they taught me in school. From what I remember in school, they said Christopher Columbus got here on the Mayflower with the Pilgrims. They wiped out the Native Americans, but at the same time, they tell us when they got here, they had Thanksgiving. You telling us two different stories at the same time, and we just sitting there going with the shit, not even thinking. But right here it says Christopher Columbus arrived in America 1940. I guess it's supposed to say 1492. Yeah, 1492. In 1492, there were an estimated 250,000 native people in Hispaniola. By 1517, just 25 years after the arrival of Columbus, only 14,000 people remained. Smallpox, measles, the flu, and other infectious disease wiped out all but 6% of the population. So you telling me these people are bringing all this smallpox, measles, and the flu and other infectious diseases and wiped out all but 6% of the so-called Siberian population? But you telling me these weak ass slaves that was chained and shackled, laying in their own shit, piss, and throw up, survived all that? The slaves survived that. But the Native Americans couldn't survive it. Even though they know how to, they supposed to be the herbal specialists and all this shit. They supposed to be the medicine men and all this shit. But some weak ass slaves that's chained and shackled, packed like sardines, laying in their own shit, piss, and vomit, survived the smallpox, the measles, the flu, and other infectious diseases that wiped out all but 6% of the Native Americans. How? Make that make sense. That's why I say we got to start using common sense. We got to. Common sense is the most important thing. Common sense and critical thinking is more important than anything these people will tell you in college, high school, and all that shit. I don't give a fuck. You could have 17 degrees. If you ain't got no common sense, if you can't critical think, you stupid in my eyes. No disrespect, but it is what it is. Because a lot of people with degrees and shit, they walk around with their nose in the air and shit, acting like they know everything. Whole time, all you doing is being brainwashed. Think about why in high school, when they have us read, not even high school, middle school, elementary school, and all that shit, they don't have us read to comprehend shit. They have us read to hurry to get through this book. Whenever we come across a word we can't pronounce, they show us how to pronounce the word. They don't tell us what that word means. If I don't know how to pronounce it, then I probably don't know the word. So why are these teachers, these English teachers, not breaking down these words when we read these books in school that we don't know? Why? Because it's not meant for us to know this shit. We're not meant to comprehend. We're meant to get in line and do whatever's told. I posted a meme on Snapchat earlier. Prison and school is the exact same thing. They the same exact thing. Matter of fact, let me read that meme off. Because it's like, man, this shit pisses me off. Because I got too many children for this. I got too many children for this bullshit, and I'm not playing with nobody. You try to teach my kids some bullshit. You come out your mind and call my child an African. All right, so the meme says it's a picture of a prison, picture of the school. And they both say the same exact thing under the points. Authoritative structure. Prison and school have authoritative structure. In prison, you got the guards, you got the warden and all that stuff. They got the guns. They already know you in there for some dumb shit probably. Some shit you probably ain't even do, but it is what it is. School, the same thing. You got your principals, you got the teachers, you got your assistant principals, you got all these people, you got the resource officer, all these people to keep your ass in check. All right. Loss of individual freedom. In prison, you have no freedom. I've never been to prison, but nigga, I ain't stupid. School, you have no freedom. What freedom do you have? You could barely challenge your goddamn teacher on shit. No part in decision making. That's a fact. You don't decide in prison. You don't decide what the fuck you gonna do. You have some say so, but overall, you don't have no decision making. In school, it's the same exact way. You told to be at this class at this time. You got to stand here at this time. Whatever that teacher tell you to do, you have to do it, or you're gonna fail. That's what they do. Let me see. Settled times for walking and eating. I don't know why I did it like that, but your settled times for walking, set it times for walking and eating. Self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? You eat at this time, and you get out of class at this time, so you can walk to the next class, or you can walk to lunch, or you can walk to the fucking bus to go home, or you can walk to your car to go home. It's the same exact shit. School and prison is the same exact thing. Dress code and rules of conduct. Self-explanatory. You got a dress code for school. You got a dress code for prison. You got codes of conduct, rules of conduct for school, rules of conduct for prison. It's the same thing. Focus on silence and establish order. The same exact shit. Hey, sit down, hush, sit down, Johnny. Stop moving. I know you're a young man and you got a whole bunch of testosterone built up in you, but you ain't supposed to be sitting down in this class all goddamn day because you need to run around and get the testosterone out, do some push-ups or something. I understand that, but you need to sit your ass down, shut up so I can teach my class. That's what it is. That's what these people doing to us. That's what they doing to our children. I'm not okay with that shit. If my kid want to get the fuck up and walk around, he can get his ass up. Cause that's that testosterone in his ass telling him to, hey, get around and move, nigga. You sitting down for too long. Just do something. That's all that shit is. I was the same way in school. All my teachers used to tell my grandma that shit. Oh, you will not sit still. Because I couldn't sit still. I wasn't supposed to be sitting still learning your bullshit. That's why I couldn't sit still. Ain't no fucking ADHD and all that shit. Nah, children ain't supposed to be sitting in no goddamn classroom for no 8 hours out the day. Is it 8 hours? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shit, yeah, god damn. You in fucking school for 8 hours, man? They take you away from your parents from 8 hours out the day. Just think about that. Think about how much time 8 hours is to keep a child away from his parents so you could teach him some bullshit. And this parent is trusting you to teach him some bullshit. And of course, the parent's not really going to ask, like, hey, what you learned today? And when they say what they learned, the parent ain't thinking in their head, especially the parent already indoctrinated. The parent's not thinking like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, what's your grades look like? That's all they care about, your grades. What are these children really fucking learning, man? That should be that is what we should be focused on. Not their grades, what they learning. But let's get back to it because I got off track right quick. My bad, y'all. I did my first video over a month ago. I was supposed to be and come back, but I kept getting thrown in Facebook jail, so I couldn't share it. But now I'm like, man, fuck it. Let's just go live, man. Negative reinforcement. You already know, hey, if you do this gonna happen to you. So you better do what I tell you, or this gonna happen. It's the same as school and prison. It's the same exact shit. And walking in lines. It don't get more simple than that. Walking in lines, especially elementary school. Single file line. Head and eye straight forward. Walk on this side of the hallway, that side, walk on that side. Do y'all know that if y'all pay attention to these bells in school, the bells in school sound just like factory bells. You know why? Because school was setting us up to go in these motherfucking factories. That's what the education, other than indoctrinating the American Indians, which are not other than indoctrinating the American Aboriginals, aka the American Indians, which is now classified as African American and blacks. These schools was used to force us into their language because the English language is the newest language. It's a brand new language, and that shit is used for commerce to trade worldwide. That's the only reason the English is made. All that shit is a bunch of words that was already out here, a bunch of languages all mixed into one, and they put their own twist on it and made these fake ass definitions to these words. They made all this shit up. But yeah, this is a brand new language. So they assimilated us into their schools to learn their bullshit commerce language, to take away our original tongue, whatever we were speaking, which is a lot of shit we still speak today. A lot of the words, and to prepare us for these goddamn factory jobs. And these factory jobs, that wasn't just for us, that was for everybody over there. They was preparing niggas for these factory jobs. And that's why the school bill and the factory bill, if you pay attention to these factory bills, these warehouse bills, they sound the exact same, dog. It ain't no coincidence. These people know what they're doing, but I got off track. Let me get back on. So yeah, the smallpox, measles, and flu and other infections wiped out all but 6% of the population of Native Americans. But somehow these weak ass slaves that y'all took, yeah, they survived that shit with ease. Right on. So I showed that to go to this. And I say just walk with me because I'm gonna get to it. So that's why I say in school they told us that Christopher Columbus came with the Pilgrims, but on this right here, in 1492 is when he came. And then in no, I read that wrong. I did that wrong. I was supposed to pull up another one. Pilgrims. When did the Pilgrims? Pilgrims. All right. Pilgrim history, the Mayflower Society. Now, they like I said, they told us in school that Christopher Columbus and the Pilgrims came on the Mayflower. They told us in school, man. I ain't making it up. The school said this. But at the same time, you saying Christopher Columbus didn't come here. He came here in 1492. You said he came here in 1492 with the Pilgrims, right? That's what they told us in school. That was the first contact with the Native Americans, 1492, because he thought he was in so-called India, which is bullshit. Because India was called Hindustan back then, or Bharat or something. It wasn't India. But I go to this page here, and this page is telling me, and I could click on more because I don't click the first thing I see. But I'm just showing y'all how much these people lied and how they keep changing this story. So now you're saying, oh no, this ain't the one I was on yesterday. It was the one under. Because it said some shit. I'm like, whoa, I didn't hear about that before. Where is it? This it? It was the other. It was the other. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I'm not playing with these people, man. Like I said, this is only my second live on this, man. My second YouTube video ever, so just bear with me. I'm still new to this. I'm still trying to really navigate this shit, man. Damn, this ain't the one either. All right, so this saying the Mayflower. Let's see if I can start reading that, man. Let's start from the top. Fucking Pilgrim history. The Pilgrims were a group of English people who came to America seeking religious freedom during the reign of King James I. After 2 attempts to leave England and move to Holland, a separatist group was finally relocated to Amsterdam, where they stayed for about 1 year. From there, the group moved to the town of Leiden, Holland, where they remained for about 10 years, able to worship as they wished under the lenient Dutch law. Fearing the children were losing their English heritage and religious beliefs, the resumption of war, and their inability as citizens to find decent jobs, a small group from the Leiden Church made plans to settle in Northern Virginia, as New England was known at the time. It was known as New England at the time, Northern Virginia. In August 1620, the group sailed for Southampton, England, where other English colonists who hoped to make a new life in America met them. They planned to make the crossing to America in 2 ships. So they linked up in England to come to America. So they planned to make the crossing to America in 2 ships, the Speedwell and the Mayflower. However, after many problems, the Speedwell was forced to return to England, where the group was reorganized. In their second attempt to cross the Atlantic, they boarded the Mayflower in September 1620, bound for the New World. They arrived as winter was settling in and endured significant hardships as they struggled to establish a successful colony at Plymouth. Are y'all when y'all read stuff? When I say y'all, I'm using that shit vaguely. Whenever we read stuff, bro, we really have to comprehend. So they telling you right here, these people had problems crossing the ocean. Let's pull up the map right quick, man, because it's this shit. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I ain't got no time, man. So it's only my second video, and I just want to make it a video worthwhile, man. Make sure Kyle. I think that might be me, that one person that's in there. All right. Let's go to. I guess let's go to this map right here. Okay. Why I want it? Oh, fuck me. There we go. All right, y'all. You ready? Now I'm looking for England specifically. Where is it? Fuck it. Either way, y'all know England and all that shit. Y'all know the general area of this shit. So these people, they say they went up to England, right? So these people, they linked up in England. So these people couldn't make this trip. Let's say they just came from right here. But shit, let's even say they came from right here. They couldn't make that. That was so easy. If these people, if Columbus and all these people were supposed to be the greatest explorers and all this shit, that means they supposed to know these routes, bro. They supposed to know the oceans. So if you already came to America in 1492 and linked up and so-called slaughtered off the Native Americans, then how the fuck don't you know an easy route to get here? Because on this right here, which is a reason why I just said this shit. Damn, what was that? Fucking right here. It's saying the speed wheel had too many problems and they had to return. So if the speed wheel had problems in 1692 and they wasn't coming straight across the Atlantic Ocean from Africa, they wasn't even coming in the rough waters. How the fuck you have problems coming from here, but all this right here was so easy to do? Look, y'all. Look. Go back. So this right here was difficult for the speed wheel. The speed wheel ship that was supposed to share with the Mayflower in 1620. That was so difficult for them. They couldn't make that trip. But somehow, these motherfuckers could go straight across the Atlantic Ocean in the roughest waters in the world and bring 12.5 billion Africans on wooden sailboats. All right, let me go ahead and crush this shit. Like I say, it's the reason why. Just walk with me. I'm walking all this shit down. So you saying the Mayflower didn't hit here to 1620? That's what I'm saying. They keep changing the history, bro. Because in school, you telling us the Pilgrims and Christopher Columbus, they all came on the Mayflower together and they wiped out the Native Americans. That's what you're telling us. And then you telling me when these people got here, they had significant hardships as they struggled to establish a successful colony at Plymouth. Wasn't slaves already here? If it was 400 years of slavery, that means slavery had to start happening in the 1400s for it to go from 1400 to 1865. So no, you didn't already have slaves here building the shit up, since it was a struggle to establish a successful colony. Come on, man. These people tell us 15 stories to fit this one story that's trying to force down our throat, man. I'm done with that shit, man. I'm not about to let my kids learn this shit. Now, like I said, just walk with me because I'm walking all this shit down. So remember, the so-called Pilgrims and Christopher Columbus killed off almost all of the Native Americans. That's what they say. All but 6% of the population by 1517, just 25 years. That's what I'm saying. Look at what these people telling us. This is what they saying. All but 6. Let's see if it say anything else. Intentional or not, the arrival of European disease to North America was devastating. So these diseases these Europeans was bringing was so devastating, but somehow these slaves from Africa that was chained and shackled and packed like sardines, laying in their own shit, piss, and throw up, survived all this. Make it make sense. You survived 4 months over the Atlantic Ocean and that with these devastating diseases. All right, so let's go ahead and finish this shit off. So I just showed y'all they say all but 6% of the Native Americans was wiped out. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. I close that out now. I didn't mean to pull this all the way out. Let's get to the American Indian Wars. And like I said, I don't fuck with Google, Wikipedia, and all that shit, but there's certain shit that you could just type in right quick and it'll lead you, it'll bring you to something like this, but you have to like read through this shit and start clicking on this shit. You have to start clicking on these links and go down the rabbit hole. Because like I tell people, your head in the hole either way. If you're going down the rabbit hole trying to find out the truth, or you got your motherfucking head stuck in the hole like an ostrich, acting like you don't know what's going on around you. So you're going to have to go down the hole regardless. You might as well go down the rabbit hole, find out the truth for the next generation behind us. Because the generations before us, I'm not trying to say they purposely fucked us, but they fucked us. Especially most of our parents and grandparents and I guess for what age you is, your great-grandparents, they fucked us. They bowed down because they got scared into it. They got flooded. They was getting flooded out and hung and all that shit, but they bowed down. We not bound down no more. I'm not bound down. I know I can't do this shit by myself, but I go out on my motherfucking self for my children, for their future. Man, you niggas kiss my ass. Fuck a military. Fuck a cop. None of y'all don't put no fear in my heart. I remember when I was stuck on stupid, still on that Black Power shit and all that shit. And I was talking about I want to fuck Trump up. That was before I knew what Trump, nigga, of course, but real nigga, low key. But before I like was hip to like, all right, what's really going on? I was like, man, y'all want to fuck Trump up today? Be like, man, don't threaten the president, boy. They come get you. And now me knowing what I know, nigga, fuck the president. What the fuck he gonna do? Fuck you and your secret service. Nobody's scared of y'all, man. Like, for real, that fear shit, we got to get the fuck out of that fear shit because we so scared of everybody else. But when it comes to our own, everybody tough. Nah. Oh, yeah, I beat that nigga ass. I beat that bitch ass. Isn't that? Let a white person or Asian or mestizo or cop or anybody walk around. Niggas be on their best behavior then. Niggas tighten up, put their guns up, tucking their chains. Chicks, they wanna tighten their hair up. Oh, they don't want to act ratchet no more. Oh, they don't want to curse. They want to start talking proper. Man, fuck that shit. Damn. Yeah, let's get back to it, man. Like I say, man, yeah, I'm emotional. I'm passionate about this shit because we ain't got time to bullshit with these people. Like I said, we getting slaughtered on every day. How long I've been going? Let me see something right quick. Okay, I'm at a good time. All right, so the American Indian Wars, like I say, I don't use Wikipedia. I'm not a Wikipedia scholar, but it's certain shit you can just type in right quick and it'll give you a bunch of links. You start clicking and you have to go down the rabbit hole to find out the truth. So the American Indian Wars is saying it started in 1609 to 1924. So, I took it off the I closed it out because I'm about to go back to something. I say we got to pay attention to how bad these people fucking lie. Are they? Let's see what it pop up. What I just had searched. Time from Pilgrim. This shit fun, low key. I didn't know damn getting on YouTube spreading truth could be so goddamn fun, bro. I say y'all bear with me, man, because I ain't got no time. I'm having fun with this. And man, it's a blessing. I thank my ancestors. I try to remember to thank them daily because I got away from praying because I realized I was praying to Jesus. Ain't no goddamn Jesus. Ain't no God, nigga. I'm the God. Might be a creator. I do believe in the creator, but I'm the God. Me. Everything everything that I've done, whether it be ranking up in the military, accomplishments in sports, losing all the fucking weight I gained 2, 3, 4 years ago, nigga, that was me. There wasn't no motherfucker Jesus down here telling me to, hey, push yourself on the treadmill. Hell no, nigga, that was all me with the motivation of my motherfucking children. So no, I don't. I try to remember to get up and pray to my ancestors. Yeah, I call my ancestors' names all day. Before I was praying to Jesus, no, we're not doing that. But yeah, I'm thankful to be awakening, man. I'm thankful to be the fucking shit. I'm really the chosen one. Not trying to sound cocky, but and the people that know me, whether it be my relatives, my friends, I'm the chosen one because I was the one who came into the information first. And even if I wasn't the one that came into the information first, I was the one who had the nuts to come out and talk about the shit. I ain't give a fuck about being crazy, being called crazy. I ain't give a fuck about people saying, oh man, they kill people for that shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I was the one put my nuts on the line for this shit. Cause like I keep telling people, this shit ain't no game. Yes, people do die behind this shit. But you know how they get killed? Fear. Fear is one, and the other one is 9 times out of 10 is somebody who looked like them that set them up. They got offered $1 and shit. He stay right there. He right there. He get up at this time right there. Fred Hampton, type shit. Martin Luther King type shit. Malcolm X type shit. Yeah, that happens. But I'm not scared of that shit. I don't give a fuck. Because if it was to happen at this point, hello, he been telling the truth then, clearly. But yeah, so the American Indian Wars started in 1609. My bad, y'all. I say, man, I know I'll be going off. Some people don't like me cursing the shit, but like I tell people, man, the shit that's really going on out here, if my cursing is the biggest issue that you have with me, then you got a bigger issue going on, and you in for a rude awakening. So they saying the American Indian War started in 1609. But remember what I just read not too long ago. Now I could be wrong because it could just be talking about the people in Hispaniola, but at the same time, like I said, they taught us in school that they wiped them out though. So that's besides the point. But in 1517, it's saying 25 years after the arrival of Christopher Columbus, only about 14,000 people remained because they was wiped out by smallpox, measles, flu, and other infectious diseases. It was wiped out to all but 6%. But you got this American Indian Wars that's popping off in 1609. So these people was damn near wiped out less than 100 years before these wars started. So the other 6%, if it's only 6% that's fighting wars now, how's that 6% not wiped out after all them wars? But in the way they tried to say they was wiped out. Let's get to this right quick. So the American Indian War started in 1609, ended in 1924. Well, looky here. It's just so coincidental that when these goddamn American Indian Wars ended, come on, the Racial Integrity Act of 1924 came up. Walter Plucker with your bitch ass. And what this Racial Integrity Act did, the Racial Integrity Act required that all birth certificates and marriage certificates of Virginia to include the person's race as either white or color. The act classified all non-whites, including Native Americans. Let me minimize this a little bit. Oh, mouse go. The Racial Integrity Act. Matter of fact, let me go grab my mouse real quick. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Damn, nah, I got my flash drive in. I can't even plug my mouse up in that bitch. Fuck it. Let me start from scratch. The Racial Integrity Act required that all birth certificates and marriage certificates in Virginia to include a person's race as either white or colored. The act classified all non-whites, including Native Americans, as colored. Hold on. Let me check some more quick. I really want to share this on my Facebook, but I can't. I forgot to share this shit to all my group chats and shit. God damn. Shit. Fuck it, man. All right. I think my dog Zoe shared it on Facebook for me. I can't damn. These people they just keep throwing me in Facebook jail though. It's all good though. All right, man. So let's read this again. This Racial Integrity Act of 1924. Let me go back. Let me go back. Wait that. All right, the American Indian Wars. American Indian Wars started in 1609 to 1924. They started in 1609. They ended in 1924. The American Indians. The American Indians is the people that they call Native Americans today. But in 1924, ain't it just a coincidence? In 1924, it's just a coincidence, bro, that this Racial Integrity Act came out. And what the Racial Integrity Act did, it required that all birth certificates and marriage certificates in Virginia to include a person's race, either as white or colored. The act classified all non-whites, including Native American, as colored. So if the Native Americans were classified as colored, who have you ever in your life heard been called colored? These Native Americans have never been called colored. So who is this Racial Integrity Act talking about? It said classify all non-whites, including Native American, as colored. Who's the colors, bro? That's why I say we gonna lean into all these stereotypes. We gonna lean into all that shit because all the stereotypes, all it does is exposes the goddamn truth. That's all it do. So I'm gonna show it one more time. American Indian Wars started in 1609, ended in 1924. No wonder it ended because you started calling these people colored people. Of course, they're not American Indians no more because you classify them as colored. So yeah, that's why the war ended in 1924, the same year the Racial Integrity Act came out. Come on, man. And I just want to show y'all one last thing, and that's it. And on my next live, I'll probably show you all the stuff all the pictures and videos I got when I was home doing my little tours and shit. I just want to show y'all one last thing, man. Watch this. All right, make sure y'all can still see my screen. All right, there we go. So this is the Oxford English Dictionary. And the link is right here. I'll drop the link in the chat for y'all. I guess I should have dropped the link for everything I was showing, but it's all good. All right. So the Oxford English Dictionary. The word of the day we about to look at is nigger. 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 That's why I say everything, all the stereotypes, everything, all the racist shit they used to say to us, is all backfiring on their ass now. Because it proves who they was really talking about. Now we're gonna go to the first definition. Of course, the first definition of this word is gonna say Africa. Because everything that has to do with the real American Indians, the real American Aboriginals, as you can see, these Native Americans don't call themselves Aboriginals because they know that Aboriginal shit still applies to only dark-skinned people. They try to use that indigenous shit because technically you could claim indigenous if everybody thinks you was first here, but that indigenous shit applies to us too. So of course it's going to say the first definition. It says a dark-skinned person of sub-Saharan African origin or descent. Of course that's what it's going to say. That's what they're trying to link us to. Let's scroll down to the third definition. And I beat up a Pan-African yesterday on his live about this shit. And all I did was drop the information. I didn't even go into detail about shit like I did on this live. All I did was drop a definition and I killed him. He ain't been on social media all day today because he embarrassed. Because he know he been lying to his people. But let's scroll down to this third definition, man. The third definition of this word, a dark-skinned person of any origin. In early U.S., used usually with reference to American Indians. I'm going to scroll back up right quick. We on the same word. I haven't changed nothing. You see the tabs I got open? Shit, fuck it. Let's close out these tabs other than the StreamYard. Nigger, this is the word. Let's scroll down to the first definition so y'all can get a hint of what they talking about. Because, of course, they're going to put Africa in it. A dark-skinned person of sub-Saharan African descent or origin. Origin or descent. But like I said, we're going to scroll down to the third definition of this word. We're not about to play these games with these people. Once again, a dark-skinned person of any origin. In early U.S., usually used with reference to American Indians. I asked once again, like I've been asking this whole life, about the stuff that they claiming that these Native Americans are supposed to be, the American Indians. Have you ever heard of a Native American been called a nigger, bro? Anybody? You ever heard of a Native American been called a nigger? So why is this definition of nigger, the third definition of it, telling me in the Oxford English Dictionary, why is it telling me that the term nigger was once applied to these dark-skinned people in early U.S. who were the American Indians? Bro, we got to stop playing these games, bro. We got a generation of children that needs to know this shit, bro. And if we're going to be selfish as parents and grown-ups, and because you think you got it going on, you don't want to teach your kids this shit, you're going to regret that shit. And every time you come back, you're going to have a hell of a life trying to damn get your shit together. Because that karma going to be beating your ass because you ain't take the time to teach your kids this shit. Why would you let your kids go to school to learn about some white folks being superior over there? Why would you do that? Do y'all know how mental that, how bad that fucks up people mental? I gotta live my whole life thinking these white people beat my people ass, and I gotta go with it. You got me fucked up, man. My kids not about to be growing up being no weak ass motherfuckers. They not about to be bound down to no pale faced people. They not gonna bow down to no police. That fear shit, nah, we not doing that. But it's right here, man. It's showing you right here. I think I'm at like an hour and 30 now. Yep. I don't. And I saved this definition shit for last, just to like. It's right here in our face, man. It's right here in our face. This shit we need to know because, like I said earlier on the live, nigga, we at war spiritually, physically, and mentally, but mostly spiritually because we don't even know we at war spiritually. We don't even realize what these people doing, why they always digging in the ground, bro. They digging up our ancestors and putting them in museums. All these man-made lakes, nigga, it's towns under them shits. Whole civilizations of niggas. Lake Lanier in Georgia. Why you think only white people die in that lake? That's because the ancestors dragging their ass under, bro. Y'all better start believing. If you want to believe in religion, you better start believing spirituality a little bit more because that religion shit is bullshit. Spirituality, oh, that's real. And I'm trying my best to get all the way in with that because gracious. But shit. That I don't. My next live, like I said, I'm gonna show some shit out. Some of the footage and shit I got. But hey, that's it, man. I guess I read over this definition one more time. Nigger, Oxford English Dictionary. I put the link in the chat for it, so you go straight to it. Like I say, the first definition, of course, is gonna say something about Africa on it. But you scroll down to the third definition, and this was one of the first things I saw when I was first started researching. And once I seen this third definition say, the third definition of nigger say, a dark-skinned person of any origin in early United States, usually reference to American Indians, what more proof do I need to have? It's only one group of people that's ever been called niggers, bro. Not even real Africans are referred to as niggers, only black people. The so-called black people, the so-called African Americans, we the only ones. Jamaicans are referenced to as niggers. Haitians, none of them, just us, the American Indians. So why are these Native Americans claiming our shit, and why are we okay with this shit? And why the energy we have with each other, why we don't have it with them? Like I said on my no, I didn't even say this on live. I think I was just talking to somebody. I said it on Snap yesterday. I said, boy, these rappers talk about how they buy 100 guns to use it on the next melanated person. But when the police are coming around, these rappers be on their best fucking behavior. That's a problem with me. That's a problem how if I'm cursing in my videos, that pisses off people, but people are okay with their kids listen to these rappers talking about killing each other. That's a fucking excuse to not wake up and do what we need to do to get our shit back. That's an excuse. As long as people could say, oh, my people came over here as slaves, and that's why we're in this position, and I'm just going to sit back and wait for reparations. I'm not sitting back waiting for shit. I'm going to take all this shit back. Because like I keep telling people, when I started reading into these wars, especially the Gullah Wars and all that shit, nigga, our ancestors wasn't no weak-ass people. These niggas, we was beating these people ass. That's what the whole emancipation shit, That shit wasn't signed to stop no slavery. That was signed to get our ass off these motherfuckers, for one. And all that was signed in to make slavery legal. Because, like I say, these jobs we work, prisons, this is slavery, bro. This is slavery. We're still in slavery. That's why they say 400 years of slavery. That's why I say we starting from 1619, where they claimed the first Africans claim here, even though they claimed the slave trade started in 1492 after Columbus. But if you go from 1619 to 1719, that's 100. 1719 to 1819, that's 200. 1819 to 1919, that's 300. 1919 to 2019 is what? 400 years of slavery. Boom! I was saying they put the proof right in our face. We gotta look, we gotta comprehend this shit, man. We can't just look at shit and just go with whatever they told us, man. Because like I said, you're gonna go down a hole. Your head gonna be in a hole regardless. So either you could go down this rabbit hole to find out the truth, or you could be a coward and stick your head in the hole like an ostrich and like you don't know what the fuck going on. Either way, your head's in the hole, and either way, you're gonna wake up regardless. So wake up now before it's too late. Because like I said, hey, I'm doing this for the children, the generations after us. I'm not trying to wake up no grown-ups. These children need to know this shit because their lives are at stake. The changes that need to happen, it won't happen in our lifetime. I highly doubt it. But I'm not going to be selfish and say, oh, well, if it's not going to happen in my lifetime, I don't worry about it. Fuck no. No. We're not doing that. Because like I said, our ancestors already did that. They might have been scared into doing it, but our ancestors already, they set us up for failure. But at the same time, they set us up to win because they left a lot of evidence behind to let us know who the fuck we really was. And the main evidence, which I don't know much about yet, but I've been hearing about it. I've been watching it on Chief Janice Live and the Matriarchs and all them. These goddamn land patents. Only niggas got land patents. And what a land patent is, that's the allodial title to the fucking land. These Native Americans don't have land patents. That's why they're on reservations. These Mexicans don't have land patents. That's why they can't cross the border like they want to. The American Negro has land patents. And we the only ones with the legit land patents. Yes, some of these white people stole our names and took over the land, but that shit still is ours. They still don't own it. They operate on it, but they don't own shit. So, but we can get into that more. Hopefully, shit. I'm gonna try to get one of the big names in the the Aboriginal community to come on and shit, just kick that shit to y'all, man. For real, cause yeah, man, we ain't bullshitting. This ain't no cult. This ain't no movement. This is the truth. This is the facts. Like I keep telling people, until you can produce a slave ship and show me the slave ship, because 1865 to 2020 is less than 200 years. Where the slave ships at? And two, why these African slave stories ain't been passed down. But y'all have a good one, man. Y'all be safe out there. Love and light. Peace.